Hello, hello. Welcome to Sunday Cook With Me in My Kitchen. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. I thought this could be fun because meal prep, we often dread it. So let me know if you're here today. If I look this way, it's because I'm looking at the computer to see what y'all are chatting about. Let me know what you're cooking today. If you got on my email list, I know I sent it out a little late. I thought I was gonna do it midweek, but I didn't nail down my recipes until later in the week. So I did send out on my email list yesterday the recipes I'm personally making today. If you didn't catch those and you're in my Discord, I did post them in there. It's just a Google link, it's nothing fancy, but those are the recipes that I chose to prep up today. So thank you for being here. I'm excited to try this out. Welcome to the kitchen. We thought this was probably the best angle to be able to show you everything I'm doing. So honestly, nothing crazy for recipes for me today. For breakfast, I'm gonna make these pancake bowls. I did try it out yesterday. It turned out pretty good. I ate it right out of the oven, and I think this is gonna turn out better after it's stored in the fridge. So let me know if you're gonna make the pancake bowls with me. Oh, I love that you're just here to hang out, Emma. Oh, you're working. I'm cool if you guys are just here to hang out. This is gonna live on the YouTube. So if you're like, wait a second, that recipe looks really good, I wanna make that, you can always come back to this video. Randy's here making salads. The pancake bowls are pretty easy. I'm gonna make it the same way I made it yesterday, but I think after I try them out this week, I might make some modifications to the recipe. So I have absolutely nothing planned. Like, you're gonna be doing the full meal deal with me. I'm not the most organized in the kitchen. So the way I'm gonna do this, I think, is just one recipe at a time. So I think I'm gonna start with the pancake bowls. I'm gonna use these little mini loaf pans that I had purchased, but you know, if you guys have some glass containers that are oven safe, you could use those too. I made it in the mini loaf pan yesterday. It worked pretty good. So I'm gonna start with the pancake bowls, but in addition, I'm gonna be making the cheesy chicken broccoli rice casserole. This I've made several times. There's tons of recipes on the internet. I've also kind of adapted this from Felicia. She's got a good recipe for it. I think I'm gonna add some extra veggies in mine. This one's so easy to make. I will say, if you're doing this with me, I already have my chicken prepped. So that's the biggest key here to cut down on time. Each of these recipes is less than 30 minutes, but prep time could take longer. Yesterday we slow cooked chicken, so that kind of got me ahead. That's one thing I recommend doing if you can bulk cook anything ahead, especially with protein. It makes your meal prep day go by so much easier. So my chicken's already prepped. Everything else in the cheesy chicken broccoli casserole is pretty quick to throw together and go in the oven. All three recipes I'm making go in the oven today, which I usually try to avoid that to kind of expedite things, but I think it's gonna be fine today. Dinner, I'm doing something different. And again, lunches, dinners, those could be totally interchangeable. I'm not necessarily committed to one or the other. I mentioned this Grounds Inner Circle call this week. I like Kristen Cavallari's Truly Simple, and then I have another one, True Comfort. She just does really simple recipes. So this isn't like a life-changing recipe. I make meatballs all the time, but I'm gonna do her Mediterranean meatballs and homemade tzatziki sauce. I was like, you know, I could just buy some tzatziki from Trader Joe's, and I said, no, you make that homemade and see how it tastes. So we're gonna do that, and I think I'm just gonna pair that with a salad because I wanna see what I have in the fridge. I think I have some veggies that need to get used up. So with my meal prepping for the week, I was also taking into account what's already in my fridge that needs to get used up, which always helps. So yeah, I'm gonna do a side salad with a homemade sweet Dijon mustard dressing. Look at me being all Betty Crocker up in here. So we're gonna first start with the breakfast pancake bowls. I don't know about you guys, but Jay and I, we store a lot of stuff in our oven. Let me know if you guys do this or if it's just us, but we cook so much. I'm gonna move these out of sight so it's not ugly. We cook so much, Jason and I, at separate times, using separate pans. So we always have like 17 pans in our stove. It just works for us, but you know, not a deal until you actually need to use the oven. And then you gotta pull everything out. So that's what we gonna do. Pull everything out and get to all of our ingredients. I did already try the pancake bowl. I made it yesterday and I felt like it tasted better the longer I let it sit out, which is why I'm thinking this one's gonna taste better after it's stored in the fridge overnight. I'm gonna use the pancake batter vegan protein. So I think there might be a little zhuzhing to this recipe for me personally to make it a new favorite, but it was still good. I just haven't played around with it myself yet. I have like 4 different yogurts in my fridge. So it might be weird. I have a Chobani yogurt I gotta use up here. And I have a lot of yogurt for recipes today. And then I have a 0% Fage, so I think that'll do the trick for the yogurt. If not, I have a third on backup. What else do I need? I need eggs for this. And for me, the way I'm gonna do the pancake bowls from the recipe, I'm gonna do it the way the girl said. I'm just gonna make it individual, like all the ingredients. We're gonna make it one by one. I'm not gonna do like a huge mixing bowl. We're just gonna do, I think I'm gonna make 3 or 4 of these for the week, just because I might wanna give myself a day off from it. So I'm gonna do 3 to 4. How do you track a whole recipe on Grounds that has multiple ingredients, but you're only having a portion? Good question, Carrie. Right now, Grounds doesn't have the ability to like do a recipe the way MyFitnessPal does, not to my knowledge. So I track the recipe in MyFitnessPal, then I bring it into Grounds, which isn't probably a super helpful hack here. What else do I need? I need baking powder. Hello, Emily. Let us know in the chat what y'all prepping today. Baking powder, what did I say? Baking powder or baking soda? I love that baking powder. Baking powder, you can use any sweetener you want. Yesterday I used this Truvia brown sugar. It was okay. I was thinking about using maple syrup too. I feel like that could be real nice, but I don't know. I've got this like Truvia brown sugar, so I'm gonna use that. I am like totally blocking the camera. I don't know the cutest way to do this. And we're gonna use oat flour. Jason pretty much sticks to gluten-free for his autoimmune stuff, so we always get this Anthony's organic whole grain oat flour off Amazon. Comes in these big old bags. It's really good. It's honestly like the best oat flour you can find. Okay, so I have all my things. I'm just gonna do, I liked yesterday, I did little dark mini chocolate chips on it, so I think I'm gonna do that again, and then I might do, we always have mini chocolate chips because Jay loves them. We're gonna set the oven at 350 and get that going. Okay, so I have everything. Yes, make sure to like the video. Hey, Celia. Let's see. Yeah, it's not there yet. The food tracker is like the one thing that still, it's gonna need a little time to keep developing. Like to me, it's still worth it because there's so much else you get with the app, right? And I do maintain MyFitnessPal just because sometimes being a dietitian working with clients, I'll just have them give me their password and I'll just go in and either look at their diaries or edit them for them if they need help. Those are probably kind of loud. I'm just gonna do 4, you guys. I know that might sound weird. You do how many you would like to. I'm gonna do 4. I do have a long run scheduled this week. Well, technically it should have been this weekend, but it's like below 0 out and I can't. I'm not that hardcore. Can you guys see JJ and his teddy bear? Show them your teddy bear. Voices get loud. JJ comes out with a teddy bear. So I'm gonna grease these with just a little olive oil spray. very particular with the olive oil spray we use. It's not easy to find them without anything else added to it. That's just blowing through the air though. Now, if it was just me, I probably wouldn't think twice about it, but because of Jason's health, it makes a difference in how he feels. So we do try to get things as stripped down, clean, natural, however you want to say it, as possible, without any extra preservatives, oils, seeds, you name it. We try to do that, and because of Jason, it's almost forced me into a healthier pattern of life in eating, a bit more simple, a bit more whole food focused. And it's funny because everyone always thinks the reverse would be true because I'm a dietitian. It would be the reason to influence our health in the house, but it's absolutely been influenced by Jason's health conditions. So, like how we eat now and how we buy food and stuff. Jason, do you want to come talk about, Brittany asked this and I was hoping for you to answer. She asked this previously on a video about the cookware that we use. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she wants to know our preference.
Stainless steel.
Didn't you look some stuff up?
I switched everything. Well, starting to switch to stainless steel. We also have this.
The oven's going, they're all on the floor.
So preferred is stainless.
Sounds a little, yeah. I won't use that one because it sticks still.
It's super easy to clean.
I know.
Don't be lazy.
It's too much pressure.
Don't be lazy. And then apparently this Ninja one isn't supposed to like leach anything, and it's supposed to be healthy, which works good too.
So stainless is the way to go.
Yes.
In Jason's research. Oh yeah, so Kathleen, I believe the protein powder is optional. Maybe I'll try making one without protein powder. I should kind of keep going as we're doing. What I'm gonna do, I guess I could just mix it in each of these, but I feel like that's gonna be really loud. So just in here, it won't be? Okay, I'll just mix it in there then. So I'm gonna do each of these pancake bowls individually. I do wanna try one without protein powder too. I think it could taste a little bit different. No, I'm just trying to read comments too. I love that you're here just to watch while you clean the house or do your cardio. I think that's really, really fun too. I really enjoy doing lives. Obviously, I enjoy talking a lot. And just catching up with you guys. So I know meal prep is something that I have been, I don't know, lazy about, if you will. I don't want to say lazy because, let me get the garbage going here. One thing we always do is set ourselves up for success. Like I said, we always have protein prepped in the fridge. I don't know if you caught a look in my fridge when I opened it. We have tons of glass Tupperware in there with fruit. Anytime we get fruit, we have it cut up, cleaned, cut up, veggies cleaned and cut up, protein. Jason and I eat different proteins. So we'll like have those cooked up too. So I've always got stuff in the fridge ready to go to just make a quick meal. And even with making a quick meal, working from home, I'll throw it on the stovetop versus the microwave because holy cow, to do that makes such a difference in taste. I just much prefer it. It's worth the extra few minutes to me personally to reheat something on the stove versus microwave. So I'll take the time to do that. Yeah, can you guys see in the fridge from there? No, okay. But anyways, you guys have probably seen my fridge. Tons of Tupperwares with stuff like mixed up already ready to go. And it just makes life so much easier. I'm gonna add the 50 grams of yogurt. It is hard to maintain, so that's why I'm not consistent. Like I don't every week say this is what I'm gonna eat and prep it out. But in the wintertime, I do like to make different recipes. I am pretty easy to please when it comes to, I'm gonna measure this out, 50 grams. I'm easy to please when it comes to food for the most part. But I do feel like now that I'm lifting, hopefully I can stir this okay in here. I'm gonna try one first. Get off. Now that I'm lifting and training for a marathon, I feel like I need to be additionally equipped with some new meal ideas in addition to my staples, simply because hanger or runner hunger, it's a real thing that people can experience. I feel like I can manage it maybe better than the average person due to my fitness history, the fact that I have marathon trained a ton in the past, the fact that I've gone through plenty of bodybuilding stages in my life. So I'm pretty equipped to deal with it and to know how, but I do feel like it'll help me to have some extra recipes on hand to just make that space, that time in my day. Yes, it's gonna contaminate it, but I'm using all the yogurt today, so it's fine. I feel like I have to put that out there before someone's like, no, you just put the egg in the yogurt. It's fine, I'm using all this yogurt. It's gonna get used. So I'd rather not dirty more dishes than I need to. I put in too much though. So yeah, I feel like just getting prepped up with some extra recipes. I did that last week. If you watched, I did a meal prep video for YouTube last week. That really helped me out a ton. I remember one morning, Jay and I got home from the gym and I forgot I still had one of my Berry Bliss bowls ready to go in the fridge. And I had a busy morning and I was so thankful that I had that ready to go in the fridge because that recipe keeps me full for hours. Truly it does. So it really can make such a difference when you're just in a rush, in a pinch, and don't really want to think twice about it. I also do like to use Hungryroot. I'm probably going to schedule another Hungryroot order. I am working with them a couple times this year, so I do get free packages from them. I'm not going to lie, I get free packages when I do that, partner with them, but I really enjoy Hungryroot. I wish that was something that I knew about when I was still working at the hospital because it's honestly just really easy to prep recipes. I love that Hungryroot figures it all out for me. And I've really never been successful with finding a meal prep company that I love. What did I try out this past year? Factor Meals, they sent me some meals. It was hit and miss. I really didn't feel like that was necessarily worth the money. I've tried Flex Pro meals, did not like those. Icon meals, those were pretty good, but I don't know, something about, and I'm good with leftovers, but there is something about meal prep when it comes in and it sits there too long in the fridge, it does start to give me the ick. Because when you receive it, even though it's a fresh meal, it just feels like it's already a leftover to me. I don't know, have you guys had any success with meal prep companies? I feel like Hungryroot's been the best for me because it's not a meal prep company, it's a meal service where they literally say, here's your recipes for the week, here's your ingredients, everything that you need. It's never wasteful, everything comes in fresh. And I don't know, that's really worked the best for me to have quick meals that actually taste good. And I've found some of my favorite new meals from them too, so I really do enjoy them. I think it's a nice alternative for those weeks. Like Emily said, it's a lot to keep up with. I feel like when you just need a break or you know you have a really busy week coming up, whether it's with your kids or whatever it may be, you just schedule a week of that to come in. I don't know. I feel like it can go a long way. The recipes are currently posted in my Discord. I sent them out on my email listserv yesterday. If you missed them, I'll make sure you get that link to my Discord so that you can screenshot them. Okay, I'm gonna wait to add the milk. I'm gonna currently add in my flour. The only annoying thing is, yes, measuring everything. So the flour ends up being like a serving. It's like 32 grams of flour in here. So let me know how you guys enjoy meal prepping. Do you guys prep the same things? I know some of you have families, so you have to take into account what the whole family would eat. So for me, I don't really complain because, I don't know, sometimes people think it's harder to prep for one. I wouldn't say it's harder. I think you just have to be more particular about the amounts that you're prepping to make sure as a person of one that you can consume it and not waste any food. And of course you can always freeze stuff, but I just prefer to make stuff and eat it fresh and not really plan to have to freeze anything. So even though I'm a married lady, I prep for myself. Jason has a pretty routine plan with what he eats. Unfortunately, his diet's pretty restricted just based on what he can tolerate and what makes him feel good. I say unfortunately, but at the same time, he's learned what works well for his body, and some people never do that. So he knows what works well for him, and he just goes with it, you know? So sometimes he'll have bites of my food and whatnot. But beyond that, he's pretty consistent day to day with what he eats. I need a little teaspoon. I'm gonna add in my sweetener, my baking powder. I'm gonna do the milk at the end because I might add a little more milk, a little less milk, I should say. Do you guys also just leave clean stuff sitting in your sink, or is that just Jay and I? Okay, this is, I'm gonna do a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Yeah, sometimes splitting up your meal prep too. When I first started meal prep, it was when Jason and I joined this gym it was called Project 42, and we both kind of learned how to lift there, and we followed a very set diet while we were there. It's clean eating era, and you know, part of what you did as your non-negotiable is you were to prep your food for the week. And prep it. Usually, you know, you usually can't prep 7 days worth of food and have it stay fresh. So we would prep usually Sundays and then again on Thursday or Friday. And we really did eat the same thing every single day for 42 days. Actually, a lot longer than that. I learned a lot of good things from doing that in terms of planning that I hadn't done before, because coming out of college, I was vegetarian and I ate a lot of very much convenience food. For being a vegetarian, you would think I ate so healthy and ate a lot of whole foods, and I did not. As a vegetarian, I lived off dairy, Greek yogurt, Boca burgers, and cereal bars and cereal. Like, that was my college diet. And so when I joined this gym, I eventually changed my mind, and I just felt like my body was dying for protein. And I made the choice to start eating animal protein again when I was 25. I was vegetarian from the age of 15 to 25. So anyways, where was I going with that? Yeah, so that whole process taught me a lot, learned a lot. But it also was very strict. So even though I was a dietitian and I was quote unquote skinny to the average person, it was so restrictive that it did kind of make it hard for me to learn the balance with healthy eating. It was a conflict for me a little bit for what my own values were for a healthy diet. And so from there, I got into bodybuilding, which was incredible. I learned a lot in that journey too, but again, that also challenged my relationship with food. And it really took me a long time of kind of coming out of such strict mindsets and views of food and health and my body. It felt like I was going from one extreme to the next. And I guess I just bring this up because I think a lot of people, we like to quickly judge how someone looks or what they do, or, you know, I used to see a lot of the term thin privilege to go, it was online for a while during the body positive movement, which is still a movement, of course, but I also kind of don't buy into that thin privilege. Like, I don't feel like, I don't know, I just don't really, what do you guys feel about that? Maybe you don't have thoughts. I have thoughts, and I wish I was more vocal about it at the time, but it almost feels like you're diminishing someone's ability to struggle because you view them as a thin person, and they're thin by BMI standards or societal standards, but it doesn't mean people don't struggle. And I'm not saying that someone's struggle as a thin person is the same as someone who's overweight or obese. I do think people are judged. I think people are treated absolutely different. But I'm making sure I'm stirring these up enough, because if you don't get that baking powder mixed in enough and you get a bite of that, it'll be nasty. But it's not like I was just born and just didn't have to work for my body and how it looks. I'm someone that was the opposite side of things, where I was very hyper focused on my body size from a super young age, because that's what I always got comments on. That kind of started to form my identity at a young age. I looked at myself as, well, you have to be the thin, small, tiny, cute one, because that's what your values are. That's how you're identified by other people. That's what makes them like you. That's what makes them interested in you. And what a bad thing to kind of learn at a young age. Not that that's what my parents taught me. I just noticed that that's how people responded to me as a kid. And that did shape a lot of my own personal struggles with food, self-esteem, and confidence growing up, that took me longer than I would like to admit to work through. But yeah. All right, I think I'm wrapping up, mixing up these little things. They don't really blend well in these little loaf pans. I should have just dirtied a bowl, but it's okay. We've got it kind of mixed in. Honestly, I don't know that I need much milk in here. I'm gonna add a little bit of milk, but not as much as I added yesterday. I know I put 70 milliliters there. I think it's too much. I had to cook these for I had to cook it for like 30 minutes because it was still so wet. So I'm gonna do a little less milk. I don't think I need a lot. Let's play around with it today. Let's be wild. Let's see how 30 is. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm trying to see if you guys are, see, that just seems so liquidy, dude. Is that more liquidy than yesterday? I didn't put the protein powder in yet, you guys. No one told me that. The whole talking and meal prepping thing, that's a whole separate task. Okay, this is why I am always so impressed with Bailey Sarian. I'm still just gonna add 30 and go from there. Her ability to storytell, do you guys watch Bailey Sarian? Her ability to storytell and do her makeup at the same time, I'm sure the average guy would not understand the craft that she does. But that is insane, because I have done a couple just get ready with me's on YouTube while I'm doing my makeup. And it's really hard to be detail oriented to what you're doing in a task, such as cooking, doing your makeup. And she does very detailed looks. To be able to do that and talk well and be engaging, that's another kind of special skill. All right, so I am still gonna add protein to these. I'm gonna do 25 grams of my vegan pancake batter protein. You can probably use whatever protein you want, or no protein at all. You could try it that way too. You may just wanna lessen the liquid. Okay, I'll mix those up, keep it moving, and then we'll get these in the oven. How many of you are using a food scale when you meal prep, or do you just wing it? I know many of you are probably macro trackers, but it's funny because when I first started using a food scale back in the day, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so abnormal. Like, people don't weigh their food before they eat it. But it's something I'll probably do for the rest of my life, to be honest with you. It's just so much easier. I do feel like I'm really good at eyeballing stuff. I've kind of cross-referenced myself before to be like, how close was I? But so it is a skill you can learn, and there's ways to utilize that, eyeballing portion sizes and visualization. But I don't know, it just makes stuff easier, so much easier. So I'm gonna stir these up. Yeah, I'm always pretty shocked at how accurate I am too. Like when we go on vacations and stuff like that, I am not using a scale, I am not tracking. But like for Jason, there's certain things that he'll keep in his diet and make. So sometimes we travel, like they sell like mini scales you can travel with, or sometimes we've just gone to Walmart and bought one for the hotel room, to be honest. Huh? Oh, maybe. We have two scales because we use one for the dog's food, kind of a backup. What is that one? Is that one a KitchenAid or, I don't even know. Yeah, KitchenAid. We have a KitchenAid one. We have a Cuisinart one. I don't know. So obviously things are taking me longer because I'm just chit-chatting and also making. Yeah, that's better. Thanks, Jai. I can't eyeball to save my life. I mean, a lot of people can't, but you have to remember, I started, I don't even want to say tracking macros. My senior year of college, when I graduated my undergrad, I worked at a weight loss camp. I did a YouTube video on it because it was a whole experience, you guys, in a lot of different ways. That was another level of like, holy mess up your relationship with food. But anyways, part of their program was calorie counting. So you counted every single calorie. And we were at a college in the Adirondacks. And so in the college cafeteria, they had everything prepped for you. So you kind of had like, you had a station that was considered your free station. It was all your fat-free foods. That was kind of a big thing. It was like 20 grams of fat or less, which I do take issue with, especially for a growing adolescent, because it was an adolescent type thing. Can't really absorb all the vitamins you need when your fat is that low. But anyways, we had to track all of our calories, and didn't matter. I was there as a counselor and as the nutrition teacher, so I taught nutrition classes to the kids, and then I also was a counselor, a co-counselor, and had my own group. Why is that one so much? Oh, what did I miss in here? Why is
Protein?
that? No, protein's in all of them. Did I not put the same amount of milk? This is gonna be an experiment, seeing if I can talk and prep. The other recipes will hopefully be easier. I just don't know why. We'll see what the thickness comes out, and then I'll go from there. Anyways, yeah, so that was what? I was 20 when I was there, 20, 21. And that was my first real experience with really kind of tracking everything that went into my mouth, being very aware of the fat, the calories. Do you guys remember No Pudge brownies?
Also, you had to write it down to track it.
Yeah, we had little.
There was no
smartphones. There was no trackers. It was all, you learned how to measure your food. This was a lot of what I taught to the girls in the classes. You learned how to measure your own food. We didn't even teach them how to like use scales. It was, you know, your fist is about 3 ounces of protein, like those types of visualizations. And yeah, we had to use a little paper journal and track everything we ate, and counselors too. And I remember some of the counselors were like, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't need to lose weight. I'm not eating 1,000 calories and tracking it. And they got reprimanded for it. Like, if you were not on the program 100%, they were gonna kick you out. You couldn't work there. So it was like a couple of the counselors ended up getting eating disorders from it. It was pretty bad.
What's in that?
I lost my period while I was there. What's in this?
Vegan protein?
Vegan protein.
I can't do it.
There's an egg in there too, so you can't do it. I was gonna give you a bite yesterday, but I'm like, there's an egg in there because I wanted to know if you liked it or not. You guys, did I not put protein in one of these? What did I do differently? Why is this one?
Taste it. You know if there's protein in it.
I'm so confused why one is so.
Taste the one, clean the spoon, and then taste that one, and then taste another one. Clean the spoon. No, don't. You have protein on that for sure. Clean the spoon.
I didn't just stick my finger in it.
Now try that one.
There's definitely protein in this. I don't know. Maybe I just put a little more milk than I thought. We're gonna go with that. I made this yesterday and it was so much easier to do not talking. Is anybody else making the pancake bowls?
Fiddlestick maker said you missed the protein.
I did? But it tastes like protein.
Let me taste it. It tastes almost the same. Though.
I'm gonna leave it because honestly,
They literally taste
it'll
the
be
same.
fine without protein. But if I double protein, it's gonna be a brick.
Yeah.
It'll be a total brick. All right, so anyways, I'm just gonna add some mini chocolate chips on top and I'm gonna put these in the oven for like 25 minutes. I wish you could show them Joey Justice right now. Okay. He's so sweet, my little sweetie. Why he chooses to, like, we have these towels by the door, you guys, because giant dog feet coming inside, we have to wipe their feet off, you know, or else, number one, they'll slip, get dirt everywhere, etc. But both dogs, for whatever reason, they love laying on those towels. Like, I don't know why.
When you eat allulose like I do, I literally take spoonfuls of allulose and eat it.
Yeah, are people on the allulose train?
It could be.
I almost used that in this, but
This is my allulose.
I
Those look great.
thanks. I don't think people always understand our interactions on the internet.
What do you mean?
The way we talk to each other.
Why? Oh.
Like earlier, you're like, "Don't be lazy." I can see that now. Like Jason's a dick, but it's like how we
No.
talk to each other.
Your audience back in the day used to say I was a dick, and then
Yeah.
they just kind of got like, oh,
I think they understand our.
I'm just straightforward.
He's straightforward, and and I also call him on it too. Like, babe. Okay. We'll see how these turn out, guys. I know that took me a little bit. That took me 43 minutes. Talk about allulose. Emily wants to know what it's all about.
It's a natural sweetener.
Sorry, my mic's not over there.
Proven to actually. So if people have blood glucose levels, I don't. But you can eat like
Okay.
carbs and actually helps reduce the spike in insulin. Chocolate chip. Helps clean your liver, do your liver detox. And it's calorie free. Eat a lot of it. But a lot of people have like stomach issues with it. Like they may get like bloating or cramping. I don't. That's why you get in copious amounts. But there's like a ton of like good
Like
proven,
new research on it, right?
a ton of research on like how good allulose is for you. So yeah, check out the benefits of allulose. How long have you been using it for? 8 months?
Yeah, I'd say I was thinking close to a year.
8 months to a year, and I eat a lot of it, and like I noticed like no weight changes eating 4+ tablespoons a day.
Do you
I need a meal prep video next.
do you feel like it sweetens things the same? Like,
It's okay. So it's sweet like sugar, and it has a consistency like sugar, which is not as sweet as stevia.
yeah.
So it's more closer to sugar.
So if a recipe called for a cup of sugar, you would put in
I
a
do
cup of
1-to-1 ratio.
yeah.
Where if it was stevia, I'd use less.
I don't normally do this, but since I'm
But get organic allulose because they can make it through different things. And the cheapest way to make it is through corn. So you at least want it to be like non-GMO organic. So I get the organic allulose. I should get it ordered more.
I normally don't pick up as I go, but I'm going to today since I'm just doing each recipe in its entirety and I don't want to get confused.
Carrie just discovered allulose is sweet.
Did
Go
she?
on slow because it could give you the so if you're not used to it.
How much fiber is in it?
I don't think there's any fiber.
Is there? I didn't know. So it's just not, you just don't absorb
I have
it.
Amazon, Tiffany. Brandy doesn't like stevia. I go through a lot of stevia. I get also organic. I'll show you. What
That's
I
why I still prefer sucralose or Splenda. Is this my chicken?
That's my chicken.
That's your
Yeah,
chicken?
my chicken.
Why did I think that was my chicken?
So, I found a Now brand. Now's a good brand. Slender Zero Organic Allulose. Delicious. I buy organic stevia in the raw. And I use these 3 better stevia flavors. Dark chocolate, English toffee, and coconut. And I was really sad to see when you go to Amazon and last year, how much money I spent on these.
Oh, jeez.
Expensive, and I go through a lot of
Yeah. So I'm moving.
My favorite honey. Really raw honey. They literally take it from the beehive and put it like right in here.
So
right away.
good.
It's so good. It's like butter.
Audio's very low. It's because Jason's not mic'd up. He's just talking. I'm moving on to the cheesy chicken broccoli rice casserole. So I already have chicken cooked up, so that makes my life so much easier. Jason was slow cooking chicken yesterday, so I just took some boobs out of there. And then we're gonna use, wait, this isn't what I wanted. Broccoli, we're gonna use broccoli florets and frozen cauliflower rice. And to make things quick, I just get the steamer bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those steamed up right now. Even though we're baking it, I like to steam it ahead of time.
Screws everything up. Screws already
Wegmans actually sells, if you guys have a Wegmans, organic riced cauliflower. So I'm gonna use that just for ease. Oh, is this not a steamer bag? That's not a steamer bag, this one is. Ready in 5 minutes.
So you can't do that with these, right?
No, I think I gotta heat that on the stovetop, actually. I was wrong. That's okay, because the cauliflower rice is so much better.
Do you need to turn that on for like longer?
Yeah, ideally.
Oops, sorry. Here, I'll let you read that, then I'll do it.
Oh, my cream of chicken soup. This is sometimes hard to find. I got the fat-free. You can't always find the, not fat-free, excuse me, 98% fat-free. I've gotten it where it's full fat too, but it does considerably increase the fat content of this recipe. So just something to keep in mind.
Not 10 minutes from now.
Okay, cool. And I'm gonna do Ritz crackers. They sell them in these little stack pack now. Have you guys seen these? But I'm gonna just crush these up to be like the crust on top, but that's optional. You don't have to do that, or you could use something else if you like. I feel like I might add some extra veggies to this because I have leftover veggies from last weekend. My hamburger soup recipe. So I might add some extra veg in there too. All the things. We're gonna use a casserole dish, wherever it is. Oh, I'm feeling the leg workout today. How's everyone doing on their workout programs? I know some of you are doing the Grounds Transformation Challenge. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling that leg day. Woo! I don't know, I had the right tunes in, like Limp Bizkit came on, and I was like, keep rolling, like just, I don't know, swearing and shit. I was just into it, so I was really in my zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just need some like good, you know, music where you're swearing and shit. Just finished week 4 of Sculpt. Cool. I'm just doing my own programming right now. I'm trying to be like flexible and listening to my body and everything because of my marathon training. Oh, you're so beautiful, little dude. All right. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I want to cook this or just let it cook. I feel like I should cook it. I'm gonna cook it. Wasn't factoring that in, but that's okay. Let's do it. I'm gonna cook it on this pan. I'm gonna use this pan, I don't care. The big old pan. It'll cook the quickest. Just gonna give it a little rinse-a-roo. This one's nice because you really just mix everything up in the casserole dish and then you're just essentially baking it to like heat it and let everything blend together. This one tastes so good straight out of the oven and it tastes so freaking good as leftovers. I will eat this up so quick. So quick. This is a good like cold winter recipe. It's a lot of cauliflower rice. If you guys want more carbs in this particular recipe too, you could do half and half. You could do half cauliflower rice. You could add actual rice in there too. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. I'm gonna heat that up. I'm gonna chop up my chicken. Get that chopping. I think I'm just gonna use a napkin. Yeah, because I want to leave my chunks kind of big. So, like I said, it doesn't look that great. It's just slow cooked chicken. If you're in a pinch, you could also boil chicken. I just personally find that boiled chicken, the consistency, yeah, it gets a little blah. But I think I'm gonna weigh this out because
It gets like a rubbery consistency. It's not like
It
the same as
does.
slow cooking.
It's definitely not the same as slow cooking it at all. That's why I like to not do that. I mean, in a pinch you could. Honestly, I would almost say freaking canned chicken would probably taste better than boiled chicken. Let's see how much I got here.
How much?
9.5 ounces of cooked chicken,
3 servings?
which is good because I usually I don't know, I think I usually cut this into like 4 servings to be honest with you, because the calories on this are pretty good. Sounds like the broccoli is done. The weather in New York is it's really cold, you guys. It's what, February 2nd? Last February, I had pulled up some photos for Jason. I was really in my running flow last year. I think that's why I was getting eager that I could do a spring marathon. And I am gonna do a spring marathon, but I got to run outside so much last year. We had like no snow, it was sunny, it was still cold-ish, but like 30s last year, I'd say.
Yeah, that's not cool.
It's not bad, I love 30s. 30s,
That's not typical though. for
it's
you.
not typical, but we also just haven't really had real winters. This year, winter came, we had a white Christmas, and it has just gotten colder and colder in January. So we've had a lot of below 0 days, which I think it's below 0 with the wind chill, or did it warm up?
This morning when I woke up, it was -2 without the wind. I didn't check with the wind.
So it was -2 this morning without the wind. So yeah, it's this is not the weather for me to be outside. We usually don't walk the dogs in this.
If I cook in the background a little bit.
What's that? No, do what you need, babe. Definitely do your thing. Just gonna heat this up a little bit though, so. I wasn't gonna heat up the cauliflower rice now. I really don't think you have to. The only thing is I feel like I don't want the recipe to be all watery, and sometimes that can happen if you don't cook it first.
Can you go to Kenny Drugs and get our guilty pleasure later?
Our guilty pleasure? Are we out?
We're out of
Diet ginger ale? That is our guilty pleasure. Like, I think I gotta do one of those like 2 people Instagram reels on that. I didn't know you're a dietitian and you drink diet soda. I'm loving doing like my 2-person reels right now. I feel like people are enjoying them too, but it's like I just pull inspo from the shit that people have said to me over the years, you know? So the last one I did that I collabed with Grounds, if you guys saw it, was like the frozen coffee versus, you know, she eats all the time. True story. I used to get that all the time at work. When I still worked in the kitchen, one of my food service workers nicknamed me Meat. She was like, "What up, Meat? What you eating now?" Because that's
a pretty good nickname.
that I didn't mind that nickname. It kept me motivated. I like to chop up my broccoli, by the way, into tiny bits. It kept me motivated, but that's when I was bodybuilding. So I was strictly, and I still practice this and I still preach it to my clients, eating every 2 to 3 hours really sets your body up for the most success. To have some kind of consistency. It doesn't have to be exactly that, but when I was in bodybuilding, I 100% stuck to that because I was so low caloried. I needed that like consistent calories coming in. And to heat up my food, I'd always have to go in the kitchen. And so it was like every couple hours, people would see me out there with like my next meal, heating it up. It is supposed to be warmer tomorrow in New York too, so that's why I was supposed to do my long run today. And we shifted that to tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get it in, but with the warmer weather, I don't know about you, Ashley, like Boston area, it's like 60% chance of rain tomorrow. So it's like, can we just get a day that's not below 0 or raining? Can I just have 30 degrees, please? So we'll see. We'll see if I can get that done tomorrow. I mean, I don't necessarily have a deal with running in the rain. I know I won't melt. It's just a matter of also protecting my immune system and making sure I don't get sick. Kind of a pretty busy week this week. Jason's getting an injection on Wednesday at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is that right? So
My wiener.
he's getting Botox in his wiener to make it bigger and stronger. That's what keeps the marriage alive. He's getting filler. JK. We're not, I don't know, how confident are you? I'll say what it is after, but how confident are you feeling like this could be it?
I'm
This
not.
could be helpful. You're
I was
not.
at first, but then two
Kinda.
two chiropractors and 2 PT people were like, "Oh, it's systemic."
It's probably not that. Okay. So, you know, Jason's had this
years is
long-standing pain stemming from like glutes down to his feet, just like a lot of pain.
Feels like sciatica pain.
Feels like sciatica pain. He's been treated for sciatica pain. So we've done everything like in terms of conventional medicine, ruling out everything neurologically.
And it's not like this hurts. It's like this hurts.
It's like he can't bend down, he screams in pain. But I'll spare you those details. But definitely, I just want to make sure, is the chat all the way down? Yeah, okay, cool. Anyways, we followed up with pain management. Not a doctor that prescribes narcotics, that's not what we were looking for, but just another set of eyes to evaluate his situation. And he feels like it could potentially be his SI joint and that it's maybe going in and out of place. And he said that's very common because
I'm hoping that's what it is and this will fix it.
we hope that's what it is, because he said it's a very easily misdiagnosis because you can do, like, he's had how many MRIs?
2 in my neck, 2 in my lower spine.
2 in his neck, 2 in his lower lumbar. Lower lumbar has some like disc degeneration, but like
And
nothing,
same with my upper, but
nothing
it's like
uncommon for like
46, it's
our
normal.
age. Yeah, he's 46. He's skateboarded. Like
20
you're gonna
years.
have a little shit going on in your joints, but or your discs, I should
But
say.
not because I'm out of pain I'm in.
Not to that level. So anyways, he said what we're going to do is he's going to give him an injection into that SI joint, and with that we should know right away if that's a potential diagnosis, because he should have immediate pain relief essentially, so we should know if that's what it is, and then we'll go from there. We did go to a new chiropractor. She's not so confident that that's what it is. We have 2 chiropractors we saw. Neither of them think that's what it
Both are
is.
very confident that's not what it is.
It's seeming like what we kind of keep coming back to is it's autoimmune related, which Lyme disease has autoimmune impacts on the body. So it's like, is it Lyme disease flare, or is there just more autoimmune going on? The hard part is like, we're trying to figure out what it is so we know how to fix it. We don't want to just band-aid it. Whereas the neurologist was like, fibromyalgia, take Cymbalta. Like, well, don't want to just do that because then Cymbalta has all these other side effects. It's also an antidepressant, which you've tried that before and had really bad results from an antidepressant and made you feel worse, which is also common. So, yeah, it's, I don't know, I like to share this stuff about Jason because number 1, if you're going through similar stuff, you are 100% not alone. Number 2, if you are someone who is thinking, poor me on a daily basis, think about people that like don't get to wake up in their body every day that feels good, you know, or you have the ability to change how you feel in your body. I don't know, Jason's someone that does literally all the things that everyone tells him to do, and he still doesn't feel good. And it's hard to be like, well, you get in that victim mindset a bit, because it's like it's unfair that I do all the right things.
I don't stay there long.
You don't, not at all. And you're allowed to feel bad. I'm not saying that, but it's
I
like,
always say it could be a lot worse. I could be blind, I could be in a wheelchair.
have
But
cancer.
my thing is though, like I literally feel like over the past 2 years, what's happened? It's gotten worse.
Your mobility's gone
So
down.
I feel like in 5 years from now, if I don't fix this, I will be in a wheelchair.
Right.
I don't say that to like
He doesn't
feel
say
bad
that.
for me or make her feel bad for me,
No.
but it's like literally how my body's feeling.
And
I'm losing a lot of mobility.
you're losing mobility. You're losing muscle mass because you're losing mobility. It diminishes your quality of life
Yep.
because you can't just, it's like with traveling, people are like, oh, can you like come do this?
That's like the hair transplant was a nightmare.
I don't
to
know.
travel.
Yeah, it's very unknown. The cheesy chicken casserole, you just literally mix it all in. But yeah, so anyways, Wednesday we're gonna go do that. I have to go with him because you can't drive after, is that correct?
Yes, so.
Like, what, do they give you something? It's local anesthetic, but
I did something similar like a long time ago when I was in there.
I guess he can't drive after, so I have to go with him, which is totally fine. That's the beauty of, and the beauty of in another part of what guided me to quitting my hospital job was, you know, health matters, family matters. And it just felt like I was in a job that didn't understand that. Like I was in a job where it was like, I feel like I was made to feel like crap anytime I asked for time off, even though I had so much time off. I had literally like an entire year of sick leave I gave up when I left that place because I wasn't someone that called in sick ever. Yet if I used Family Medical Leave Act to go to an appointment with Jason, it'd get approved, but yet it would be held against me. So I've just eliminated that stress from my life because life is too short to feel bad about taking time off for your husband and being there for him.
So you want to tell me what our plans are after if this doesn't work?
Um,
We're gonna go see the. So I met an older gentleman at the gym.
I don't know that they're gonna be able to hear you, babe.
Why don't you tell?
So yeah, so depending on what comes of this, I mean, we'll definitely see what the pain management doctor says too, but I don't know why I'm measuring this. I'm just gonna do a 1.5 cups of fat-free cheese. If this doesn't work, we met a gentleman at the gym who's a retired PT, and he really kind of connected with Jason over his story and knowing similar stories from similar people.
He totally thinks it's autoimmune.
He definitely thinks it's autoimmune based and recommended this immunologist, excuse me. He's local, right?
Yep.
Immunologist to go to. So that'll be next on our list. We're just kind of doing one thing at a time, you know, just it can get very overwhelming with appointments and stuff like this. You can get burnt out very quickly. I feel like Jason would be fully burnt out if it wasn't for me helping with this stuff. Because even just oh my gosh, remember we were trying to get you into upstate to be seen by the
Such a nightmare.
neurologist? Remember
She
when
handles all my appointments. When she quit.
I usually do, because, you know, like, do you guys get anxiety with making phone calls ever? I don't usually, unless they're confrontational. I save that for Jason.
A lot are confrontational.
Well, I mean, the medical appointments, I usually do that stuff. I try to handle a lot of that stuff because I'm just used to it from my job history and management. I had to handle a lot of that kind of thing, but why was I talking about calling about appointments?
Because you said what we're doing.
Oh,
Talking about.
I don't know, so.
Clinic and then the
Yeah, I
immunologist.
guess we'll just one thing at a time. So we'll see how this goes, what comes of it. We should have some information. See, you know, take it one step at a time so we're not overwhelmed. You also don't want to do too many things at once and not know what's working or what the answer is. So we're gonna just keep crossing things off the list and keep trying new things. I will say this gave us both a little hope that day because the doctor seemed not shocked by any of his symptoms. So that was at least nice for once to go to a doctor and have Jason describe his symptoms, because we've been in other doctors' offices where it's either A, they're not paying attention and they don't care, or B, they're like, like almost like suspect if he's being honest. And that's not a good feeling. No one should be made to feel like they're not telling the truth about how they feel in their own body. So it was nice that this doctor seemed very compassionate. He seemed like he was well aware of Jason's symptoms, you know. So we're just gonna,
I feel comfortable with that.
you feel comfortable with that, yeah. I think I'm gonna add a little, do I have light mayo? I need a little more creaminess to this bad boy. I'm gonna add a little a little light mayo to it, and I'm just gonna wing it. Eyeballing it. Whew. I will not clean up the counter though until I'm completely done. That is one thing I will not waste my time on. Counter, dishes. Oh no. I feel like this might be too thick if I add more veggies to it. I think I'm just gonna keep the veggies I have. I'm just gonna keep it there. All right, so this is looking pretty good. I did add a little sea salt, pepper, garlic to it, but this usually needs additional salt after you cook it. So here, how
Plus it tastes saltier after versus
so too.
if you bake it on. Oh, it's good.
I hope it's figured out before Halloween Horror Nights too, because I'm not gonna lie, it cost us a lot more money because we can't rally all night because physically he can't handle it. I don't know if we would rally all night anymore actually. I kind of like
spreading it out.
I do like the way we do it even though it's more expensive. Randy, hopefully your kids, are they at the age would they
How's it more expensive?
go
We
to
always
scary
bought those
stuff?
classes.
Oh, that's true. We do the
It's not
frequent
more
fear.
expensive, yeah.
That's true. It's very, very true. Okay, now I'm gonna do the Ritz crackers on top. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Do you wanna go outside, buddy? You know it's cold out. You look very tired. Okay, do you wanna go outside? You didn't give him cucumbers yet, did you? Go on, Justice. That deck, it's so cold out, the deck makes these loud, like random bangs. We'll keep you posted on how this week's injection goes for Jason. Do 1 or 2 packs. We'll see. I don't know. I never usually do Ritz, so we'll see how much this is. I'm just gonna crush them up. I find it so therapeutic to like crush things up. You know? Just feels good. Good timing. See if our little pancake bowls are done. Yeah, look at. Cool. Well, I'll take them out in a second. Keeping the oven at 350 because that's what the chicken casserole is going in for.
What's in there? Broccoli, cheese,
Broccoli,
chicken.
chicken condensed soup, chicken, fat-free cheese, cauliflower rice. You've ate this before, you like it. I usually do the cornflakes on top, but I'm doing the whole wheat. If you get the whole wheat Ritz crackers, they're 2.5 grams of fat less. I did not know that. I just prefer the taste of the whole wheat ones, but I guess they're maybe not as buttery. Oh yeah, you guys gotta go next year. It's fun. It's super expensive, but I mean, we don't like waste money. I don't call it a waste of money, but like, what's the right term? We're not like careless with our money.
I don't buy anything ever unless it's like
Jason buys nothing for himself unless it's literal business expenses like camera gear, lights, lenses, computer upgrades. Okay, do a little more. Give you guys the final look with the graham cracker. That'd be weird. The Ritz cracker on top. That's gonna go in the oven. I'm gonna pull out our little pancake bowls and then we're gonna start on the meatballs. What time is it? 3:08. Honestly, I could have had all 3 of these things done if I wasn't talking. Let's see. Make sure the middle feels good. Oh yeah, those are done. Cool. No, it's good. They're definitely all good. Look how cute, you guys. Turned out perfect. I'm just gonna let them cool. And this is gonna go in the oven for like 25 minutes or so, which is nice. Everything's already cooked in there, so you're essentially just getting everything heated together. 25 minutes. And let's move on. It's a little messy. Getting a little messy up in here. Okay. I make meatballs all the time, but not this recipe before. It doesn't really look considerably different than anything I've made before, so I'm not really too concerned. I love slow cooking meatballs, but baking them in the oven is just so much quicker too. I think I will wipe up this counter a little bit. There's something so accomplished feeling after you meal prep. Where's he? Did he just go poop? He just like ran like he just did something that made him very happy. He had a little pep in his step. Okay, I probably, in a world of being more efficient, oop, I could have had this stuff out, but that's okay. We're gonna use, what do I got in here? We're gonna get out stuff to make our tzatziki, our homemade tzatziki dip. It's like Greek yogurt tasting with cucumbers and dill and lemon. It's like a little Mediterranean style. It's not working?
With all the ice in there?
Oh yeah, it doesn't work well with ice. Don't work well with ice. Huh?
Keep an eye on JJ and when he gets up so he comes to the door.
I did mix in the cheese, yes. What kind of meatballs? These are called Mediterranean meatballs. Let me find the page. I just want to see. I mean, meatballs are meatballs, but I kind of want to make them according to her recipe. If you guys didn't get a chance to watch the vlog I posted yesterday, it is a long one. It's 49 minutes long, but I'm doing a giveaway on that video, and I also would like the feedback if you like more raw vlog style videos like that, because they're obviously a lot easier for Jason to edit, but I'm doing a giveaway over there for a really cool Ghost stainless steel shaker cup, Legend pre-workout, and I'm probably going to throw in some other Ghost samples too. So make sure you go over to that video, watch it at some point this week, do all the things needed to enter the giveaway. Alrighty, I just want to wipe down the counter real quick because, oop, salmon dropped. I will say one thing about raw feeding your dogs. We lose a lot of space in the fridge and the freezer because we have 300 pounds of dogs that we feed, so we've got it down to a science. I'm just gonna put this shit on the floor. I can sweep later. We've got it down to a science with what we need in the fridge versus the freezer, but yeah, we definitely lose a lot of fridge space. Where are you going, Bruce? Bruce, you gotta step over it, bud. Step over it. Come here, let's go. Do you gotta go outside? Or are you just coming over to visit? You wanna go outside? Bruce was like, I want to go outside. Okay, let me find my meatball recipe. I'm late for this very important date. That's okay. You all good. Ooh, do you guys have any good beef stroganoff recipes? That was something I loved growing up, beef stroganoff. You know, I should have probably put a little thing here where my meatball recipe was. It was in. Let me just find it. Yeah, so normally I like to slow cook meatballs. Usually I'll like sear them up, 169. Usually I'll sear them up and then slow cook them just because it like really keeps in all the juices. 300 pounds total, so each dog is like 155 and 140. Okay, so for this one, preheat oven to 400. This wants me to place the onion in a food processor and pulse it until it resembles mush.
Oh, it's probably in the bedroom.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I like put it back out here for you. I don't know if I don't like the sounds of mush.
What's going on?
What do you mean?
Look at
No clue.
Bruce bosses Justice around.
He sees that we're seeing him. Is my
Half an edible for walking.
There you go. Oh, you're walking downstairs?
Yeah.
I guess I could do what it says. Then I'm gonna use my little magic bullet.
gotcha.
Okay. It wants me to like food process it until it's into mush. I've never done that. Oh yeah, we're just baking these meatballs. So essentially we're mixing everything together and baking
That
it.
looks so good.
Right?
You guys see how good this looks?
I think it'll taste better after it chills though. I think it needs that chill period.
I want to focus.
It's focusing on mine.
Move out of the way. Move out of the way.
Hey,
Get a shot. Let's see, it won't focus.
there it is.
Focus.
Oh no, here we go with the focus. Screwed up the focus.
Look how good that was.
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious.
All right, so I love a meatball recipe where it's simply you mix up the meatballs and you bake it.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do.
Then doesn't follow Bruce around while he pees and things. Look who's back.
Well, because JJ was still out there and he was like, I want to go outside too. So JJ's like, all right, I'm gonna stay outside. I'm gonna follow you around everywhere, brother. I do, yeah. I'm gonna try to mush up onion in there. Apparently.
Ninja has a thing, right?
Huh?
You know the Ninja has a thing, right? Look at this.
Yeah, I don't think I even need something that big. Oh.
Same thing. Probably way better.
What's the bottom, what's that go to though? Where's the,
I think this is for smoothies.
I think so too.
Then you put this on it and you drink it. Let me see.
Come on in. Bruce, let's go.
Yeah, then you drink your smoothie out of here.
Justice, let's go.
Okay, Bruce, go lay down. Justice, go lay down.
His hair's standing up.
There's something out there.
His entire
He's smelling something out there.
row of hair is standing up.
The rabbit's
We have
outside.
a rabbit problem. Dang, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, when am I gonna lose power? When do I need to cut this off
You
by?
have 40% less battery.
Okay. I really just screwed that up.
That's all we got left.
No, I bought another one.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's fine, buddy.
Jason, you can always try a bite. You know that. You don't have to ask permission.
Oh, you said I can't eat egg. It will probably ruin my life. So I did my lab doctor had me do
Sorry, it's very loud with aluminum.
KBMO diagnostic test.
Okay. Meatballs.
And I was highly reactive to egg white, and then coffee, carrots, scallops. Yeah.
Maple,
Coffee and eggs is what stinks.
maple syrup.
Maple syrup. The things I love.
Carrots. Did you say carrots?
Carrots.
Oh, okay. Wait, Emily, did you say you have a beef stroganoff recipe? I will put the beef stroganoff in the inner circle. Perfect. Love you, girl. I want to make that soon, too.
That's good. Tastes like a baked treat.
You do like it? See, I was going to ask you to try it yesterday, and I'm like, no, I don't want to entice him when there's egg in it, but... Ew. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink through.
I know there's broccoli on here, but that's okay. So ideally when I'm meal prepping, I look for recipes that A, don't have too many ingredients, and B, don't take too long to prep or cook. I don't mind if something takes a little bit to cook in the oven, but if you're telling me I have to marinate something for 24 hours in advance and then spend an hour prepping it and cooking it, you've lost me. It's not worth it to me.
Anyway, simplicity's better.
Simplicity goes so far.
I proved that today.
Honestly, I've noticed that too with like eating out from time to time. They will way over sodium things, put too much salt on it, put too much butter on it, and it's like, I don't want my piece of meat to taste like a salt lick. Yeah, it's like, there's a point where it's too much, you know? Okay. This will be my first time trying to mush up an onion. We'll see how that goes. Could be good. I have got to get these nails done. It's making my life challenging. Meatballs. Ooh, I love a good meatball sub. Honestly, I love a Subway meatball sub. But you can very easily make your own at-home meatball sub. I could use these meatballs and make a sub out of it. That's kind of like the nice thing about meatballs. You can eat them plain. You could add them to something. You could make it into a sandwich.
You need me to reach anything before I go downstairs?
No, I think you got everything for me, babe. Enjoy. So 1 medium onion. I feel like this is kind of a large onion. I don't know. I don't know if I'll use the whole thing. Marinating, I know, that's the thing. Like, there's the payoff with marinating stuff, right? Like, I should really just get on board. You really have to plan in advance to marinate stuff, so. I'm gonna try to just grind this up in my magic bullet. Wouldn't that be great if I lost a finger on YouTube? Would that get me views? I don't know why I cut the onion like that, I never do. Ooh, I gotta cut up garlic too. That's gonna take me a while. Let's see if this is gonna work. 6 cloves. Fresh garlic is so good. But it's also a pain in the ass. So are you guys actively meal prepping right now or just watching me? Kat, you did miss the protein bread. I'm sorry. It's real easy to make though. Jason approved it.
That was good. I would add more sweetener, but I'm a sweet guy.
Yeah, I feel like you could always add more sweetness to the top of it, you know? Like I'd rather not make something too sweet if I'm baking it. And
I don't think that's a real thing.
You don't. You like stuff sweet. I thought I like sweet. This man likes his sweets. Like when
I go through so much liquid stevia.
When I first got Jason into drinking coffee, I mean he can't anymore, so I guess. Anyways, but when I first got him into drinking coffee, we went to Dunkin' Donuts, and he would get his coffee with like the sugar-free syrup in it, and then 7 Splendas in it. I used to do that too, and I remember I forgot I used to put that much in my coffee. When I was still at the hospital, one of my employees, she came to my office one day and she was like, I got you something. I don't remember if I was having a bad day, but she went to Dunkin'. She goes, I got you your exact coffee order. I remember what you used to get when I used to work in the kitchen and I was bodybuilding. And I was like, I went to take a drink of it and I nearly spit it out. I'm like, what the hell is in here? She's like, that's how you always got it. I got sugar-free toasted almond syrup and 7 Splenda. I was like, ugh. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. It was so nice of her though, but I was like, I respectfully cannot drink this. I am so sorry you spent that money. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can grind up this onion into the mush. I know. Sorry. Cool. I've never made onion mush before.
The issue with that, Samantha. I'll let you finish.
We're good.
We would do that, but you'd lose a ton of health benefits doing that. It's got to be freshly cut. And then you let it sit out for a couple minutes. I know she's like letting this sit
Whoa.
for meal prep,
Woohoo!
but I eat a ton of garlic every meal, and you get the health benefits when it's freshly cut. It starts releasing all those chemicals. And if it sits too long, though, they're lost. So that's why I'm cutting up garlic like multiple times a day. Same for onion.
Have you guys ever done the onion like this for meatballs? I always leave it in like the whole chopped pieces, but I'm excited to see how this turns out because I'm a hoe for some onion. The more onion and garlic, the better.
No, you always yell at me.
Well,
Too much.
Flavored though. I love the flavor of it. Too much raw garlic, that's a different story. I got 10K steps in.
I got two.
Boo.
I'm only at 65.
What you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna get 10K steps too.
Are we done with the garlic here?
Yeah.
Okay. Tinier the chops, the better. I like how you always like helping me cook. Like you never sign up for it, and I feel
I
like
always help you with everything.
you
Liz.
always do. But like the cooking
Even if I
video,
don't want to.
the cooking videos, I always love when you help me.
But I always want to help you though.
I know.
Even if I should say, even if I'm tired and
To a fault.
Yeah.
To a fault. All right, let's get the garlic in. Oh, I could take a little nap here.
Cozy. Kara always steals a sweatshirt on me.
I do. I live in it.
Yep.
Okay, garlic, onion. We're gonna add beef. We're gonna add, so her Mediterranean meatballs also call for, I find this interesting, cinnamon. Should I put cinnamon in here? What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. that takes 8 servings of meat? Damn.
It's 2 pounds of meat.
Damn.
2 pounds of beef. We're making a lot of meatballs. I think she actually keeps them quite big.
You gonna be able to eat all that?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to eat all of it. Are you gonna eat some of it?
Nope.
It's okay. I'll eat it all. I'm gonna eat some of this tonight. Tonight it's happening. Okay, I'm gonna add garlic, pepper, salt. I don't think I have cumin. I thought I got oregano. Let's see. I thought I got, oh I did, I got fresh oregano. I'm gonna need 2 eggs. I think I probably needed a bigger bowl, but that's okay. What do you guys like to add in your meatballs? Cinnamon sounds interesting and healthy. Go for the cinnamon? Cool. I'll let you know how it goes. I don't believe I have cumin, and I did not buy cumin. Oh, I think I'm gonna use some of my tomato basil. I've got thyme. Got all kinds of thyme. Use some cinnamon. Why not? Let's just go for it, fam. Let's just go for it. For panko breadcrumbs, Wegmans sells these whole wheat ones. They also do have gluten-free, but ooh, cranberries and meatballs sounds delightful. I'm gonna eyeball it with my seasonings. I don't know about you guys, but I just eyeball it. To me, it's not that serious. It's one thing if you're like baking like a baked good. I feel like that's very important that you add the right amount. There's not much of this, so I'm gonna add the rest of it. And a little cinnamon. I don't know, in baking it matters to me. I feel very weird that I just sprinkled cinnamon on beef. That seems not accurate. These need to be washed, I believe. I did kind of already add in a little oregano, but let's just add some fresh in there too. I don't know if this actual recipe is what makes it Mediterranean. Oh, her whole thing is these have a strong cumin flavor. Not me, not using cumin. I just failed to pick that up at the grocery store, not thinking it was a deal breaker, and it, in fact, is what makes it probably taste Mediterranean. Oh well. But yeah, the tzatziki should be fun. I'm not used to I don't do a lot of tzatziki, so that'll be like a nice, I guess, additional touch for this item. Cranberries sounds so good. Yeah, I agree. Ooh, we need warming foods during the winter. Everybody loving cranberries. How do you do it in like beef meatballs or just turkey meatballs? I guess I'm going to turkey just because like it sounds very Thanksgiving-y. Love the sound of that though. I actually do have some just like craisins in the pantry, nothing fresh, but I do like a good craisin in a salad. Little sweet salty combo. Just gonna use this knife too. I don't know how finely chopped I can get this oregano. That is the one good thing about artificial nails. I feel like they will kind of save the day if I'm about to chop my finger off. So I am gonna probably keep doing weekly meal preps like this. I don't know if I'll keep doing it live. I feel like I could get better over time if I keep doing them live, if you guys enjoy these. The nice thing about me saying I was gonna do a meal prep live is that it held me to meal prepping for myself this week. I think if I wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't be prepping my food right now. I'm just being honest with you, but I committed to it. I committed to that plan, and I wasn't gonna back down from it because I publicly committed to it and like made it a point to make it into a video. And that is where, you know, YouTube sometimes really keeps me accountable. For me, it's not like I was like, oh, let me do this video because it's gonna get the highest views and engagement. I just thought this would be a really fun idea. So if you guys do like this, do make sure you, oh yeah, please, I need some help there, Emma. You mean you don't just pull the leaves off one at a time? There's a better way? You can tell I did not grow up with a garden. My dad, however, did. He grew up in a family, he was one of 9. And that's all they ate was everything fresh out of the garden. So I was not raised like that. I have no green thumb. It is something I would love to learn someday. Like my goal, ideally at some point, well, very soon, would be for Jason and I to move out of New York State. Number 1, move somewhere healthier. Number 2, I would love to be able to have the space and time to learn how to like live off the land a bit more versus being so reliant on everyone and everything else. So I think it's such a beautiful skill when people can garden themselves and make their own food. My sister used to have a huge garden, and I used to love it because I would go over to her place and she'd be like, "What? Let's go over to the garden and see what veggies we want in our eggs this morning." And I'm like, that is so cool. Adding a half cup of the breadcrumbs. Sorry if I'm sniffling a little bit, guys. Just been having really bad allergies. I don't really have an off season from allergies. Here's what the meatball bowl looks like. I'm probably gonna have to get my hands in there, but I'm gonna start with some type of mixing device. Yeah, I definitely need to invest in better kitchen prep stuff. You would think I'd have all this, but I don't. And I know for a fact, because anytime my parents have come to stay here, or Jason's parents, they're always like buying us kitchen stuff for Christmas, because they're like, you don't have this, you don't have this. The mashed onion's freaking me out. It kind of looks like mashed cauliflower. Oh, hey Monica, thank you for subscribing. I don't know if I already said it, but if you guys do enjoy these videos, giving the video a like will let me know you like it. Very interested to see how these taste. I feel like they're gonna be very oniony, like very, very oniony, which actually sounds delightful. Let's see, okay. I use aluminum foil to put stuff on. I guess you could use parchment paper, but let me see how long the chicken casserole's got. Oh, it's almost done. It looks good. I kind of want to put the rest of the cheese on top and just give it a couple more minutes. I think I might do that. Spare your ears. So yeah, if I sound a little out of breath, it's not because I'm not having any conditioning or cardio. It's because my sinuses are draining, and I think a big part of that is we've had to be blasting the heat so much due to the weather just to keep it warm in here. And my nose is draining bad. I'm very allergic to dust, so any level of dust gets my allergies flared. I'm just adding the rest of the fat-free cheese on here, and I'm just gonna pop it back in there for a few more minutes, for like 5 more minutes, and then we'll put the meatballs in. So, okay, I'm gonna put that on top. Let's get our meatballs going, make our tzatziki. I do still wanna make my little salad and dressing. So for me, since I work from home, I don't usually meal prep into like meal prep containers. Just gonna go in with my hands. I just pop it into a big container in the fridge is usually how I do it, because I can just heat things up as I go. Let's see, she likes to do hers in golf ball size portions. Okay. I don't golf, who golfs? You're gonna have to give me some guidance. Now, if I was being super strict, what I would do is weigh each and every meatball, but I'm not gonna do that. I feel like that's bigger than a golf ball. Is that bigger than a golf ball, you guys? Sorry, I'm all sniffly. Oh, you're all prepped and now you have to do the dishes. That's the worst part. I'm like, could somebody do the dishes for me? I feel like that's awfully big. I don't know. I kind of want like an ounce meatball though. Maybe I'll keep it big. We're just gonna do them big. We like them big. Ooh, Costco, damn. So we have Costco. But it's an hour away. That's bigger, oh well. It's an hour away, so we've never joined. And I hate that like you can't go as a guest. Like you're not allowed to just go in there and check it out and see if it's worth it for you. You have to buy a membership. Is that how your Costco's are? Like, can't you get a free pass or something? It's bigger than a golf ball, everyone's saying. All right, well, we're doing racquetball size? Or maybe not, maybe that's small too. Yeah, I don't do well with any kind of dust. Okay, these meatballs are gonna be big, but you know what? That's fine. I kind of want them all to fit on one pan. So these are gonna bake for 25 minutes. I'm gonna do that and then make my tzatziki sauce. I really thought I was gonna be in and out of this YouTube video in an hour, but you guys know I get talking plus multitasking. You can go with someone with a membership. Okay. Well, yeah, it's quite far from me. So we have BJ's is what it's called. I know a lot of people haven't heard of BJ's. We used to have a Sam's Club as well, but it's the same exact thing as BJ's. So that ended up closing. So we do have a BJ's membership, which is the same idea as Costco, but I see what everyone's posting from Costco and we just don't get that stuff at BJ's. I don't know if we'll keep our BJ's membership. We kind of did it more for dog stuff than for Jay and I. Just buying their meat in bulk. But then when we started doing price comparisons, it honestly, some of it was more expensive than going to Wegmans, which if you shop Wegmans, you may know, like they do their club pack and stuff like that. Their club packs, I should say, and they have pretty good pricing on meat when it comes to club packs. Hey, hey, hey. I don't know, we're just not big and bulk eaters, with the exception of our proteins. Like I said, Jason's very consistent with what he eats week to week, and I have my consistent meals, But then I've been liking to switch it up a little bit here and there. So buying in bulk doesn't necessarily work for that. And I'm not the biggest snacker, quite honestly. I mean, I like snacks, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't work for me. I like food too much, so that's a slippery slope for me to just be snacking. I almost have to create a mini meal out of it, you know, and make a snack plate where it's a little more balanced. So I don't know. I think if I had kids, that'd be a different story. That would totally make sense. Guys, I wonder if I'm gonna fit all of these on here. I'm trying to at least make them a consistent size so that I have a good idea of how much protein is in each of them. I'm excited to see how the tzatziki sauce turns out. Oh, I do actually want to move to Wisconsin. It looks beautiful there. But I think the temperatures might still be too extreme. That's like one of the things we're trying to find, a place that has seasons that aren't as extreme, which this year has kind of proven it to me, like everywhere can have extremes, because even my friends down in North Carolina have gotten snow and all of that. Tennessee, Houston, right? Don't want to move to Texas. No part of me wants to move to Texas. But I don't know, just trying to find a place that has clean air that we can breathe. We live on a farming road, and I believe that has negatively impacted our health. How do you eat every 2 to 3 hours? This is so gross right now, guys, but if I don't rub my nose on my arm, it's going into the meatballs. So how do you eat every 2 to 3 hours without being a snack person? So I eat more small meals. So I think I posted on Instagram today, like Jason made me a piece of salmon with asparagus and veggies or whatever. That's a very low calorie meal. Like that's not a super huge meal. People might be like, where's your carbs? So I eat like more like smaller meals like that throughout the day versus actual snacks. 2, 4, 5. Oh, okay, so I made 20 meatballs this way. So those are pretty good sized meatballs, you guys. I'm just kind of finishing them up to make sure they're pretty even. I'm not always religious on the 2 to 3 hours. Obviously, it just depends on the day and what work I'm doing. Like sometimes when I'm batch filming stuff, whether it's Instagram Reels or for YouTube, it just takes too long to keep stopping to eat. But when I eat like that, I notice my body feels the best. So I've been trying to start earlier in the day with my meals versus, which is hard because Jason and I live far away from any errands we ever have to run. So if we're going to the gym, for instance, which we go 5 times a week, we live 30 minutes away from the gym. Like it's a 30-minute drive. So 30 minutes to the gym, then we work out, and then if we're gonna run any errands, we have to do that before we come home. So we will be out and about for several hours before we get home. So it makes it really hard for me to get my food in earlier when we're not home till 10:30 in the morning. So I've just been trying to be a bit more proactive with that. All right, here's how the big old meatballs look, you guys. No judgment from me, your booger's your meal. I just wiped it on my arm. Okay, I know the chicken casserole's still in, but I'm gonna throw these meatballs in. Helps if I have the oven on. Dum-dum. Whoops. I'm just gonna set it for 5 minutes so it triggers me to take out the chicken casserole. Okay, let's go to the tzatziki sauce. That was pretty simple, I believe, but her recipe for tzatziki sauce said Persian cucumbers, and I could not find Persian cucumbers, so I just got mini cucumbers. I feel like that maybe isn't a deal breaker. I was literally sitting in Wegmans Googling Persian cucumbers. I saw English cucumbers, but if I understand correctly, English cucumbers are different than Parisian? Does anybody know? We have looked at New Mexico, actually. Jason's cousin lives in New Mexico. The only thing we've noticed there that it's like there's not a lot available. Like there's not a lot of homes up for sale. And then we were just talking to our Airbnb management company, and they had recommended Reno. One of the girls lives in Reno and said, because that's like more northern Nevada, she said Reno has the seasons but not as extreme. Persian cucumbers are smaller. Are they the same as English? See, that's what I was wondering, but when I looked it up, it was like, it showed it tiny, whereas the English ones were super long, so I just got mini cucumbers. Is it gonna ruin it? I do like the idea of New Mexico. Definitely like a different vibe in New Mexico in terms of like houses and stuff. But I would totally be down. Okay, so we've got cucumbers. I have to grate them? Shoot, okay. I can grate cucumbers. That's fine. That's fine, we can do this. Grate the cucumbers. Lemon juice. I need more garlic. Where's Jason? Need him to do more garlic. We go through so much garlic in this house. We're gonna do garlic. I'm just gonna use that same old cutting board, y'all. I don't know how y'all do your meal preps if it looks cuter and more organized than mine, but we just be keeping it real up in here. We're just gonna move this shit over. Might taste a little oniony. Fine by me, fine by me. I will definitely be sweeping after this is done. And then I have to film all my videos for week 3 of Grounds Inner Circle. So those will be coming a little later for my ladies in the inner circle, but that's okay. Garlic paper is the most annoying thing ever. Sliced cucumbers on toast with mayo. Honestly, I'm a mayo girl, so mayo on anything. Like people that get the mayo ick. Do we have any mayo ick people here? Because girl, I love mayo. Mayo, Miracle Whip. Love that. Good ham salad with a little Miracle Whip. It's like sweet meat. It's my favorite. I'm gonna make sure I don't use my contaminated Greek yogurt. What do you think? Should I peel the cucumbers or just leave them with the skin on? She does not specify. She just says to, place the grated cucumbers in a dish towel or nut milk bag and squeeze out the extra moisture. I don't believe I have I can use a towel of some sort though. What do you think? Skin on for cukes or no? Somebody let a hoe know. 1.5 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. I'm just gonna cut this in half so we're ready to go with that. About 1 cup of cucumbers. I'm just gonna do it with the skin on. These say wash before using. I was trying to be fancy for you guys, all right, by doing this whole homemade tzatziki. I normally would have just bought this tzatziki from Trader Joe's. Who am I thinking I'm gonna make a tzatziki better than Trader Joe's? Who am I? Skin on it is. Okay, oh gosh, that smells really good. I can already smell those meatballs in there. Gloves on. Take out the casserole. What am I gonna eat for dinner tonight? The eating starts tonight. I mean, the thing with fat-free cheese is it doesn't really look very sexy on top. You can't really get that nice bubbly cheese. So you definitely don't have to use fat-free, so The cheese just looks kind of dry on the top, to be honest, but let's see. Make sure it's, can you see it? It's, what's it focusing on? Not this. Focus on, what are you focusing on? I don't know, I'm trying to show it to you, but that's heavy. That's done. Meatballs are in. We're gonna leave those in for 20 more minutes. Okay, they may need a little longer just because it's so big, you know? I'm just gonna cut the little ends off. And then, have you guys made homemade tzatziki before? Tzatziki is the bomb, so you have. Does rinsing it help? Rinsing what? I don't even remember what I rinsed. The cucumbers? Ooh, I'm gonna have to chop up dill too. Emma, do you have tips for chopping dill? I love fresh dill. So freaking good. It's hard to find too. I don't know why. I feel like unless I go to Wegmans, I can't find fresh dill. So dill, let's just go ahead and start grating these without taking a finger off. I probably should have put my little cup under it. Is it? I have like a little, yeah, the little measuring cup that goes under it, which makes that really handy. So I can see how wet that cucumber is though, so I'll definitely need to kind of get that liquid absorbed. Oh, it gets so scary when you get down to the end. What do you guys do so you don't take your fingers off? I need like a little corn nub thing to stick in it. Corn on the cob nub. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, this is wet. These are wet cucumber. That's too scary when it gets that close. I'm just gonna forego it. It's not worth it. There could be some paper towel in this cucumber mix. Apparently rinsing shredded cheese makes it, ooh. Oh, I'll have to try that next time, Emily. I hadn't heard that. I mean, I honestly don't love fat-free cheese. Mixed in a casserole, fine. But I used to have a cheesecloth, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna use paper towels to be honest with you and just, I know, people are gonna be like, that's so wasteful, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Put that on it, let's see how much I got. It says 2 cups. That's definitely not 2 cups. I could make more. I'm just like, how much of this tzatziki sauce am I actually gonna consume? Bro, that's wet. I gotta squeeze that out. Use a fork for the end. No, I don't like that sauce. Okay, I'm gonna try to squeeze this out. Oh, I'm gonna need another paper towel. These are really wet. I'm just gonna go with this. I think this is good. The dogs love eating cucumbers, so I think I'm gonna give them a couple cucumbers to chew on. Oh, they're sleeping right now. Okay, so we're gonna add to this 1 cup of plain yogurt, which that yogurt is done. I gotta take the garbage out. This baby is maxed out. This trash bag. Okay. Let's see, which Greek yogurt is this? Do I have enough left in here? You know what? I'm gonna use my newest Greek yogurt. Get that out of the fridge. I'm gonna be putting tzatziki sauce on everything this week, you guys. Use this Fage 2%. I'm just gonna put it in a bowl. I don't have a special bowl to be putting this stuff in, so I'm just gonna put it in there. And do a cup of yogurt. think I'm gonna chop those cucumber bits up a little bit more too. Oh, I'm still getting squeeze out of it. There's still fluids coming out of those guys. Holy smokes. It's wild. How much, you don't really realize how much hydration you get from some of your vegetables, you know? A lot of us don't really consider that. And then you go to squeeze out the hydration from cucumbers and you're like, holy smokes, that's all it is water. All it is water. Okay. I can't believe I'm still getting water out. I didn't realize tzatziki would freeze well. That's a good point. All right, let's get our cup of yogurt. Cup of yogurt. Oh my gosh, the amount of dishes. The amount of dishes I am creating. I'm using a 2%, which has a little bit more fat in it. Could definitely use a 0 fat one. I think that's, what did, she just said plain yogurt. She didn't specify. I prefer a little fat in my yogurt. It makes it so much thicker. There's that. I'm gonna put the yogurt away so it doesn't get nasty sitting out. Okay. I kind of want to chop those up, I think. Yeah. Maybe just a little choppy chop. Let's see. Oh no, they're pretty shredded. Hopefully I got enough moisture out of my cucumbers. I'm just gonna drop them in there. Called for 2 cups. I did maybe 1.25 cups, so a little bit less. A little bit less. I'm gonna add in the garlic. This is fine. Garlic. Calls for 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. Why do I feel like that seems like just not enough? Oh my gosh, can I actually squeeze it in the tablespoon? I think half of it's squeezed into the bowl already. I don't have a fancy lemon juice squeezer. Do I need one? I just don't want the seed in it. Yeah, I'm just gonna squeeze it in there, you guys. I think I've been live for like 2 hours now, right? It's 4 o'clock. Oh my God. I probably am gonna run out of battery here, guys, so. We're almost done. Get out of there. Seeds out. You guys sick of listening to me sniffle yet? I feel like you can never have enough lemon juice. So I'm gonna add, how much vinegar? 1.5 teaspoons of white wine vinegar. Do I have white wine vinegar? I have white distilled vinegar. I have white distilled vinegar. Is that different? Do I have white wine? Yes, I need a step stool. Ooh, I do have white wine vinegar. Okay, how much? 1.5 teaspoons. All right, I'm just gonna eyeball it from here. That looks close enough. I do have a dishwasher, thankfully, but yeah, between everything we do for raw feeding for the dogs, we do dishes every single day in this house. There's no getting away from that. Put my step stool away. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have to blow my nose. You're gonna have to listen to me and you're gonna like it. Sorry. Pull my nose. Blow my nose and wash my hands. So I think I just gotta add like a little zhuzh seasoning to the tzatziki, and I think that's good to go, which I'm guessing will taste better chilled. I'm gonna add some salt. See if I'm giving Trader Joe's a run for their money. Oh, I forgot the dill, you guys. Shoot. What am I doing with this dill? What's the best way to chop dill? I love apple cider vinegar too. Ooh, we have that. We use that religiously too. How much dill do I need? 1 tablespoon chopped. Let's chop it up. Bye, Kathleen. Thanks for joining. I understand I wasn't really thinking this was going to take me 2 hours, but when I think about time management of this kind of stuff, it does make sense. Makes a lot of sense. But the beautiful thing is that when I'm done meal prepping, I'm gonna have enough food to carry me through the week and to give me dinner for tonight, which I'm very excited about. So I'm glad I chose to do this in the afternoon. That way I've got dinner tonight, meals prepped for the week. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up and hope it's a delish. I really don't feel like it needed more cucumber. I think it would have been too much cucumber. Oh my God, I'm just gonna wanna eat this straight out of the bowl. Who's gonna need a meatball? I'll probably skip my salad prep for sake of the video because you guys probably don't need to see me chop up vegetables, but if you were using the recipes from this week, you could do that homemade dressing as well. This is looking pretty good. This looks legit, you guys. I feel like a chef. Are you gonna be able to see this? I feel like white is really hard to get accurate on camera, but it looks incredible. I gotta take an Instagram photo. Well, just a photo. Instagram probably doesn't care. We are making a mess. Okay. I always forget to get photos of stuff. I'm really bad about that. Let's see. Do you like cucumbers and apple cider vinegar? I sure do. That was one of my favorite like summer salads is cucumbers with red onion, tomato, a little apple cider vinegar, and just like a little sweetener. Okay, I gotta try this. That's good. I feel like it's missing a little something. Maybe a little more salt. Maybe a little more salt. And do just a little more salt in there. Just a little. See if I can get any more lemon juice out. I'm pretty pleased, you guys. I know you can't see it, but I'm pretty pleased with the tzatziki. All right. Almost done. Well, the meatballs are still going.
I'll be happy when I get my 10,000 steps in.
They did? You did? Look at my tzatziki.
I don't know what that is.
I didn't think you did. It's Greek yogurt. The meatballs, say they have 8 more minutes. I gotta make sure they actually come to temperature.
You get 10% battery left.
So should I take it till the meatballs are done or just end it?
No, you can take it to the meatballs are done.
I'm gonna,
50 people here the whole time.
really?
The whole time.
I'm impressed with that. Hopefully this just helped you guys like do your meal prep or give you something fun to do on a Sunday. I know Sundays are usually a good day to be like at home, getting caught up, getting
Any
organized.
Galaxy users out there? We just got the new Galaxy S25 Ultra. Loving it. It's good. Really good.
Like it?
Salty.
It's because I didn't mix in that salt I added to the top. So this is how we try to stay efficient. Just start getting things picked up while the meatballs are finishing. I don't know what I want to eat for dinner now. Do I want meatballs? I did put the cucumbers in the tzatziki sauce. I was trying to show them, but it doesn't really come up.
Too white.
It's too white, so they couldn't really get the effect of it.
Too far away you can?
Yeah. Zoom it.
Step back so it's not as bright. Can you guys get the effect? I think they can.
Yeah? Cool. I don't know what I want to eat now, if I want chicken casserole or if I'm gonna want meatballs. I like how I just show the one bite missing from my cake now. Jason's bite. Dishes.
You got a lot to pick up in here.
I know. I'm usually pretty quick at picking stuff up though. Pretty quick at it. Do you want to give the dogs a couple cucumbers?
Bruce, Justice, come here. Let's go.
Make sure.
Bruce, come on.
Make sure they can see it because it's so cute, you guys.
Come here. Justice, let's go. Bruce, here.
That's in
Bruce, here.
focus.
Justice, okay.
No, they can't see. Oh well. They love their cucumbers. That's been their little snack lately. They get a little cucumber snack. Well, we've been giving them the big ones, but we started with the little ones. In our house, one cooks, the other cleans. You're up, Jay.
I'm not eating any of this food.
That's the thing.
No, this food's for me.
That's the thing. It's like, he'll take bites of it, but basically I was cooking for me, so. Will you hold this open for me, babe?
Yeah, bring that over.
I get the. I will sweep in here too, because there's a lot of shit on the floor now. Okay, I'll clean that after. Cool. We got an onion and a garlic left. And a cucumber. Oh, cool. I love that you've been meal prepping too, Liz. Randy, are your salads all done? I'm going to skip prepping that just due to time. I love that I was able to keep you company while you picked up. That was the other thing. I wanted to create a little space for starting to do some closet clean out, but I say that and I'm like, nope. Gotta do inner circle videos and I gotta figure out a post for Instagram. So realistically, that ain't happening today. It just ain't happening. Not enough time in the day, never is.
Nope.
But it also doesn't help that I don't have a good plan for batching content. Gotta get better with that like we did this week for Instagram. What do you guys have on the agenda for your Sunday evening? Dinner and wind down, reflections. I'm just glad I've normally been training in the morning and then saving my cardio for the evening. So I'm really happy that I was able to got my training done this morning and I knocked out my cardio before this. So I don't have to do that tonight, which makes me happy. I can just focus on, the little bit of work that I need to get done. I can get that done. That magic bullet can go back up, Jay, when you get a chance. Yeah, and just get a little work done. What are you guys watching on TV right now? What are you guys into? Are you guys watching any specific series? Jason and I just got done watching on, was it Disney? Goosebumps? Yep. Love a Goosebumps series. Was a big Goosebumps kid growing up, so I love that they've revived it a bit and done kind of an updated version. The first one was really good. I like this new one they just did with David Schwimmer. I don't know if you guys have watched it or into that stuff. I'm a kid for life, so I'm into it. I think it's adult appropriate. I think people our age grew up reading R.L. Stine books, so. Garlic on the floor. Oh, Bachelor just started back up. What do you watch that on? Dinner, Grounds Inner Circle, week 3 if I get it up. Yep. I will definitely have week 3 Inner Circle action items and videos up tonight unless something goes haywire. Because I will be out of the house tomorrow morning for a while. Jason and I are gonna go to the gym. And he has a chiro appointment after that. And then I have to knock out a 17-mile run, hoping I can do that and beat the rain that we're supposedly gonna get. Because it says 60% rain showers in the afternoon. So I'm kind of trying to do any work I need to get done today, done tonight. That way tomorrow can just be, I don't want to say an off day, but that way I'm not feeling super behind, not being on my computer. I never know how a run is going to impact me, especially in the cold. I'll feel really good. And sometimes my energy is great after, and then other times I'm dead to the world and I just need to like rest and relax. So we'll see. Here we go. Getting swept up. So we'll just have to do the dishes, which I definitely will do that after the camera's off because that'll be loud and super annoying. Hopefully those meatballs. Criminal Minds, SUV, Outlander. Oh, it's on Hulu. Okay, I have Hulu. I love a guilty pleasure. I used to love Bachelor in Paradise. They would do that like version where they would have contestants from past seasons on. I always loved the drama that came with Bachelor in Paradise. It was always such a shit show. But it was a good shit show, you know? Let's see if these meatballs are done. I did 25 minutes. Whoa, I can't tell. They look a little juicy, you know? I'm gonna move. Is it sore from chiro? Yeah. Okay, there's the casserole. The Blake and Justin stuff has been wild. Are there any new updates? Is that gonna have like a public trial that we can watch?
You get 3%.
3%. I feel like the meatballs don't look as good as they could because they're a little moist. Like I just gotta clean them up, you know what I'm saying? But I'll show you guys anyways. I think they're probably done, but see what I mean? Like all the juices are coming out around them. They smell good though. There's cinnamon in them, Jason.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's weird, right? I guess it's a Mediterranean thing. I'm gonna let the meatballs sit. I got the tzatziki to go with them. I've got my little protein breads ready for the week. One of them missing a bite. That's okay. Gonna let the meatballs cool down. I'm gonna get some dinner, get some work done. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this live meal prep. It definitely went a lot longer than I thought because I'm a chatty hoe, but that's okay. I hope it helped you get set up for the week, or if not, just gave you a little company on this Sunday afternoon. So thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like this video before you head on out of here. If you guys want more of these, please go to the comment section and leave that there so that I can see it and view it after the fact, and we could do more of these. Also, make sure to check out my latest vlog. Like I said, it's 49 minutes long, but I do have a giveaway in there for Ghost. So I want to gift one of you guys. That's it for me. Thank you so much for all of you that hung out with me today. This was a lot of fun. You helped keep me accountable, so appreciate you. And we'll do